appraisals are very important to protect your valuable possessions. Accurate and complete appraisals with detailed photos are expected by the insurance companies. Incomplete appraisals can lead to not being fully reimbursed in case of a loss. A superior appraisal should look like this. It should have a complete description of the piece, a detailed photo, and a lab report if needed. The more detail, the higher quality the appraisal, kind of like CSI for jewelry. Let's hear from Jillian and Sandy, the two appraisers here at Devon.
When someone brings in a piece of jewelry with an unknown gem, we first test it with the refractometer. This instrument determines the exact refractive index, which is unique for each gemstone. The reading we get greatly narrows down the type of gem. For instance, this stone could look like a green garnet or a green tourmaline. Since the reading is between 1.62 and 164, we know it's a tourmaline. We also use a microscope to look at diamonds and colored gemstones. The magnification is 10 times, and we look for telltale inclusions to identify some gemstones and to grade the clarity of diamonds. For example, emeralds have lots of inclusions. We expect that. But if an emerald-colored gem is too clean, we are suspicious and look carefully at the inside of the gem. Sometimes the smallest clue can give us the answer.
When working on an appraisal, we must always determine the type of metal the piece is made of. We look for stamps or markings inside or on the back of the piece. If none are visible, or if we suspect that the stamps are inaccurate, we test the gold purity using the appropriate acid. We have our choice of 5 or 6 different acids here. We can go anywhere from sterling silver to 10 karat gold, 14 karat gold, 18 karat gold, 22 karat gold, or platinum. I'm assuming that this bracelet is 14 karat, so I'm taking the 14 karat acid out, scratching the bracelet in an inobtrusive spot. I put a little acid on it. The streak does not disappear, and so the assumption is that this piece of gold is 14 karat.
Because gems are so precious, we carefully measure them using very precise equipment, such as the leverage gauge. The exact measurements help us to estimate the weight of the gem, since we never take the gem out or harm the piece in any way during an appraisal. The leverage gauge is so accurate, it can even measure 1/100th of a millimeter, which is the diameter of a strand of hair.
We use specialized scales to weigh precious metals. The units of measure are grams and pennyweights. A pennyweight is 1.5 times heavier than a gram. It is called a pennyweight because at one time it was linked to the British coinage system. 20 pennyweights equals 1 troy ounce. I'm putting this bracelet on the scale now, and it weighs 11.6 pennyweights. A carat with a C is used to measure the weight of gemstones. A more sensitive scale is used for that. To give you an idea of how light a carat is, I've cut up this 1-ounce slice of cheese into 140 pieces. One of these tiny pieces is the same weight as a 1 carat diamond.
Most jewelry, like clothing, can be dated back to the decade it was made. However, because antique jewelry is so desirable and is in limited quantities, new pieces are often reproduced to look like their antique counterparts. To accurately determine the age of a piece of jewelry, we first look at the overall style and decide which decade or era it appears to be from. We then look at specific details of the jewelry to make sure they match up with the period. For example, this antique filigree brooch has a lock on the back that was made in the 1920s, keeping with the manufacturing methods of the time. We also take note of such details as the cutting style of the gemstones, signs of excessive wear, hallmarks, and quality of workmanship.
Wow, there's so much knowledge and detail that goes into a jewelry appraisal, or should I say, a real professional jewelry appraisal. Both Jillian and Sandy are graduates of the Gemological Institute of America, the most respected gem school in the world. When protecting your jewelry, always be sure to have your pieces evaluated by true professionals.